Hello, my friend. Welcome back as we continue on in our series all about kind of making the most of the clothing that you already own and what's already sitting in your closet. Today, I am going to share with you 5 tips, 5 steps basically to create what feels like brand new outfits, fun and exciting things that you want to wear out of the clothes that you already own. Whatever your motivation is for wanting a little wardrobe refresh, whether you're maybe doing like a no spend month or working on budgeting, or maybe you just feel blah and bored with your clothes and you're like, it's the same, I'm bored with it. And you know that I love adding new pieces to my wardrobe, fun and different things. But one of the most important things that I've learned is how to shop what I already own and how to create new and fun looks out of things that currently exist in my closet. The first step is one that is probably going to seem a little daunting, but it is really a requirement, and that is to assess what you already have. Now, that can be, of course, complicated if your closet is stuffed to the gills, right? If you really are in need of a serious wardrobe detox or declutter, you really need to curate your closet. If you're on the struggle bus in that department, that first step can definitely take a little longer, but it is really important in order for you to actually be able to have fresh eyes for your clothes. You really need to know what you have. You need to be able to see everything. Maybe you're doing this for spring and you're pulling things in from tubs in your garage. That will make this easier because maybe you store things like I do. Even if you can fit all of your seasons of clothes in your closet at one time, it probably makes it a little stuffed. So for me, I like to just have one season with kind of a flow between. As we know, it still stays chilly in the winter, so I'll still have a couple of coats out and things. Adding that kind of flow to how you pack away your clothes can really help, even if you don't have an overflow of clothes. Even if you are more of a clothing minimalist, it's still nice to visually pare it down to just the things you're actually going to be wearing in this season. And if you feel like it's an overwhelming project and you really are going to need help with it, definitely check down below in the description box. I have something very exciting, and sign up down below in the description box to be the first to know when it is available. As you're going through your closet, as you're moving things over, I want you to take note and maybe kind of set to the side or into one section in your closet any pieces that really stand out to you as being like kind of a hero piece or a really fun piece that you definitely want to incorporate, something you really love, something bold, maybe in color or print, maybe something with leopard print, just a few kind of statement pieces in your wardrobe. So set those aside because we're going to need them in a moment. So by the time you finish with this first step, you should have a very clear picture of exactly what you own for the season ahead. If you've done like a full closet, then you should know every little thing, but you should at least have a very full picture of what you own for spring. Now, obviously, if you've gotten rid of things that are too small, don't fit, are ripped, stained beyond help, and need to be replaced, I always recommend having a budget for replacement garments. While we're talking about creating outfits without spending any money, it's also important to know that there are going to be times that you're going to need to replace things. Maybe you pulled a tote out of storage and bugs got in there and like chewed a hole through a wool item or something. For all of us, there's going to be times where basics or key pieces in our wardrobe that need to be replaced. It's part of my wardrobe budget that I set aside. And as you might know, if you've been around my channel for any length of time, my favorite source for budgeting help is Rocket Money, and they're sponsoring today's video. It's an all-in-one personal finance app. Our family's been using it for years now. We absolutely love it for, again, budgeting, helping you set budgets and keeping track of pools that you're putting money into, but also canceling unwanted subscriptions. It's crazy the number of things that like free trials and stuff we sign up for and then we forget about them and they become like a recurring charge. Even if it's really inexpensive, you can forget about it. So that's one of my favorite features of Rocket Money is like once you connect your bank account, they go through and they're like, here's all your subscriptions. You want any help canceling these? And you're like, yes, please, I do. And they're like, we're on it. It's really just a few taps and you can get rid of those unwanted subscriptions. They can help you create budgets. They can help you set up very customized budgets, as well as helping you save money. They can analyze your accounts to see like when is the best time for you to put money aside for certain things. So there's just so many features that actually will help you to save money and just manage your money better in general. So if you want help taking control of your finances, saving more, spending less, then definitely try Rocket Money. You can just go to rocketmoney.com/Angela and get started today for free. The next step is one of the most fun ones, but one that I feel is often skipped, especially when it comes to wanting to maybe dabble in some new things, is actually having some fun trying things on, mixing and matching pieces that maybe you never thought of pulling together before. This is where having outfit formulas, like I've talked about in a previous video, can really help, because you know what the base of the recipe is, right? What the base of the outfit recipe is. So you can kind of get a little fun and funky, mix and match a little bit. This is where knowing a little bit about color and color theory, so that you can decide if you want to use kind of complementary colors, if you want to kind of go for the triadic colors on the color wheel. It's really fun to play around and experiment. And because you're just doing this at home in front of a hopefully like full length mirror, there's no rules, okay? Don't stress or worry about like, oh, this is gonna look so stupid, this is gonna look dumb. Just have some fun. Try some different things on, even if your brain is like, I don't know if that goes together. For example, like mixing patterns. I say this all the time, but leopard print is a neutral. So is a snake print. This can be mixed with another print. You can mix certain florals with leopard print. You can mix certain stripes with leopard print, etc. So you don't even know necessarily how it's going to look until you actually put it together and try it on. You really might surprise yourself with something kind of funky and fun that you didn't see coming or never would have initially thought to put together. One of my favorite things to test out and try new things is like taking my graphic tees, like a band tee or just any kind of like colorful graphic tee, and putting a cardigan over top of it. Again, a plain cardigan, or maybe even one that has a little bit of a fun and funky color to it. This is where we really just get to like play around and have some fun. This is where we could take some of the styling things that we know about, like sandwiching colors, and bring those in to try something new. And that kind of opposites or wrong shoe rule is really fun to apply here. That's where you take something that is perhaps very casual and mix it with something that's more formal. All right. So maybe dress pants with sandals. We've talked about this before, you know, where it's just combining things that otherwise you might suspect would not go together, is actually what pulls together a look that ends up looking kind of effortless and like very street style chic. What you will see is that they are often combining things in that way, things that are unexpected, things that are a little bit opposite, things that we might otherwise think don't go. All of these things can be a little scary if you've not done them, but that's why we're doing them at home in front of the mirror. We're trying some things on. We're not just like putting it on and walking out the door and hoping for the best. You can also experiment with different tucks. We've talked before about kind of that X tuck that I like to do, where you only button one button of a button-up shirt and take one little tail and tuck it all the way to one side, the other little tail and tuck it all the way to the other side. Secret here, usually do this when I'm wearing a higher waisted pair of underwear, so that I can kind of tuck the shirt into my underwear so that it kind of helps to hold it in place. And then usually I'm wearing a belt with that. But testing different tying and tucking methods with various outfits, various things that maybe you wouldn't have done before or tried before, it's really the only way to figure out what you actually like and what's actually going to look good on you. It's kind of the same thing I say when you're thinking about a trend, or maybe you really like something but you don't own any of it. Go to the store and go try it on. Just go out and go try it on. Go take some things into the dressing room, experiment with colors you've never worn before, prints, patterns. But right now we're taking that same philosophy and doing it in our home, in our own closet, is we're going to experiment with adding unexpected and different accessories than we normally have in past times in wearing these things. All right. So maybe we are going to add a baseball cap to a more formal looking outfit. Maybe adding a bolder necklace or a bolder shoe to something. This is just your time to experiment and try things on. Now, I also want to encourage and remind you that a great lipstick, like a great red lipstick, a good pop of lipstick, is an accessory and an added statement to any outfit or anything like that that you pull together. That like counts as an accessory when you're really doing some kind of a bolder lip with it. Or maybe everything is like very basic, simple, and you do like a very bold earring with something that's beaded or longer and drapey. Maybe we're adding some kind of a scarf to something, whether it be on our head, tied around our neck, something like that, maybe worn as a belt. I mean, there's just the options are endless here. So I can't like give you an exact formula because I don't know what you have in your closet exactly. But that's why you really have to get in front of the full length mirror and just have some fun like you did when you were a teenager trying things on with your girlfriends. Just have some fun. And this, I think, is really the key to styling, and what is often overlooked, and we talk about it a lot, is taking a basic outfit and styling it by adding accessories. Bangle bracelets, larger rings, necklaces, earrings. There are ways that we can dress things up and change the feel or the vibe of them just by the accessories that we put with them. So getting a little creative, thinking about things in terms of opposites. What would be an unexpected thing to have with this? You might make choices that you try it on, you're like, oh, that was a bad one. But don't get discouraged, right? We can only learn by doing and trying. And so we have to take some time to experiment with things, try things on, put a belt on something, cinch it up a little higher around your like natural waist area, whatever the case may be. We can have a lot of fun here. And of course, I also would encourage you to not neglect fun shoes. I know a lot of people just kind of stick to the same shoes, and that's fine, but I'm guessing you have at least a couple pairs of shoes in your closet that are maybe not worn as often, or maybe you're not really sure what to wear them with. Start just tossing them on with things, trying them. I love adding like a little bit of seasoning or spice to my outfits with my outfit recipes with like brightly colored and fun shoes and handbags. I have, a couple of orange handbags, red shoes, bright green shoes, some yellow like tapestry print shoes, shoes with floral on them, things like that I can really add some fun and some spice, because at least for me, I do want to feel like some of the outfits that I'm putting together are at least a little bit unique. They feel a little bit unique to me and my style. And I certainly don't mind getting a little fun and funky and weird. Your version of fun and funky and weird might be very different from mine, okay? It might be on the other end of the spectrum where you're like, listen, a little bit of red lipstick is as funky as I get. Or maybe you're on the other side where you're like, I'm gonna take that raccoon, I'm gonna skin it, and I'm gonna put it on my head. I'm gonna wear it like a crown. Like, I'm with you, okay? Maybe don't skin a raccoon, but you get the idea, all right? Everybody's got their like level of comfort with adding fun and funk to outfits. The older I get, I would say the bolder I get with adding fun and funk, because it's like life is too short. For me anyways, life is too short to just wear boring things or feel like I can't just express myself and wear what I want because I'm worried about what other people will think. I just don't care anymore. I like to have fun with things. So even if you're not like totally there yet, that's fine. But you can absolutely stretch yourself within the confines of what you already own. And you're at least going to have some like for it because you already own it. You probably bought it. So you probably liked it at least at some point. I'm sure during this process, you have found outfits that you're like, oh, this is a banger, baby. I love it. You want to like take note of that. You want to document it. All right. This is where, again, you got to take some photos of yourself, take some mirror selfies, whatever you need to remember, especially if you did kind of really step things up in the accessories department or lipstick. You want to remember what you put with what. So it's really fun. I mean, we're not going like full share where we're like sliding through options on a computer, but it can be great to have an album in your phone of your like go-to favorite outfits for the season, not just like Pinterest inspiration, things you've seen other people wear, but things that you have tried on for yourself that you own and you actually love. So this is so fun, such an easy way to shop your own closet, put together outfits that are going to feel new and different to you, even though they're made of pieces you already own. And now you have this little lookbook that you've created for yourself in your phone, in an album, so that when you're feeling uninspired and like, ugh, I don't know what to wear, I don't have anything to wear, or like, I really want to shop, but it's not in my budget right now. What can you create? What new and different looks can you create out of things that you already own? I love a good challenge, all right? And this to me is like, such a fun little thing to challenge yourself to, whether again, you're on a no spend or just want to give yourself the challenge of that. It doesn't matter what the reason is. It's such a great opportunity to not only clear things out of your closet, come up with new fun things, but it's also going to really help you to narrow down and start defining your actual like personal style. What is it? You'll start to notice repeats and themes and certain maybe colors or patterns or style of dress that you're seeing yourself drawn to. And so if you don't have a lot of clarity on that, doing this is actually going to help you in zeroing in on what your personal style is leaning towards. I hope that you found this video helpful, and I hope that you will create some amazing and fun outfits. I would genuinely love to see what new and fun outfits you create. I'd love it if you would like tag me on Instagram or Instagram stories and show me some of the fun outfits that you create out of things that you already own. It would absolutely make my day, and I would love to see that. So please don't hesitate to do that. That is it for me today. Be sure to subscribe if you've not already. Check out Rocket Money if you need help, if you're on the struggle bus with the budget, with you want to save some money, maybe you want to have some more money in your clothing budget, so you want to cancel some of those unwanted subscriptions. They're going to help you with all of that. So you can of course find that link to get started down below in the description box. But that is it for me today, and I will hopefully see you again very soon.